Hello learners, this is Neha. Welcome to our channel Diya's Learner, where you will learn NCERT Social Science of class 6 to 8. And today we are going to start Geography of class 8. Content will be based on NCERT syllabus, Chapter 1, Resources. So let's get started. Yes, before going to start the video, I would request to please subscribe my channel and do like and share the video with your friends and others. Thank you. Let's continue. Chapter Resources. In this chapter, the key points we will learn about are: what is resource, factors determine its utility, classification of resources, their meaning and difference, resource conservation, sustainable development. The last we will learn about the sustainable development. So let's first go for the meaning of resource. That what is resource? Let's go for the definition. A resource is something which is being used to satisfy human needs or has the potential to be used in the future. So according to definition, anything that is used to fulfill the human needs or has potential means possibility to be used in the future can be said as a resource. The water we drink when we are thirsty, the electricity we use in our home, the rickshaw we used to get home from market, the textbook you use to study, the mobile you use for various purposes are all resources. Water, electricity, rickshaw, textbook, mobile have something in common, that they all are used. Means they all have usability, that is also called utility. Utility, what makes an object or substance as a resource. So one thing is to remember that utility must be there. Utility, or you can say another word, the value. Value and utility should be there in a particular thing to be said as a resource. So our next topic is classification of resources. Resources that all are present in our surrounding are mainly categorized into three main parts, three main categories like natural resources, human-made resources and human resources. These all three are very much important. Let's know about each of them in detail in the next slide. Their meaning. First, we should know about the natural resources. What are natural resources? Let's go for the definition. Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. Resources that are provided by nature to us and used without much modification, or you can say in their original form they are used. For example, soil, air, water, mountain, they all are gift of nature to us, are called natural resources. Next category is human-made resource. Go for the definition. Resources created by human beings. As its name refers, the resources created by human beings are called human-made resources, or the man-made things you have learned about. Example, buildings, machines, roads, bridges, technology. Yes, technology is also human-made resource. Next step, very important, human resources. We the human are also our resource. Let's go for the definition. It refers to the number or quantity and ability in terms of knowledge, health and skill, etc. of the people. Human is also considered as a resource because they play a vital role in changing a substance into a resource. Human resources use their knowledge, skill, technology to transfer the natural material into the valuable resources. In this way, to improve the human quality and skills are very important. So for this purpose, The Ministry of Human Resource Development was also created by government in 1985 with an aim to improve people's skill. So this is also very much important and you have to know. That is the natural resources. The natural resources are also categorized on the basis of different points. First point, origin. On the basis of origin, they are of two types. First, biotic, another abiotic. And on the basis of development, they are of potential and actual resources. On the basis of renewability, yes, they are categorized into renewable and non-renewable, and on the basis of distribution, they are classified into ubiquitous and the localized resources. Let's know about their meaning and similarities as well as the differences between these two or two of them in the next slides. First, we will know about that what are natural resources on the basis of origin. Biotic. Biotic resources, all living things are known as biotic resources. They can reproduce if given favorable environmental conditions. Example, plants, animals and humans. Biotic resources are all living things. They can reproduce and examples are in front of you. Abiotic resources are just vice versa of the biotic resources. Like its first feature is all the natural non-living things are known as abiotic resources. So because they are non-living things, they cannot be reproduced by human efforts. Or is, for example, soil, water, air, rocks, metal, etc. Let's take a quick review again. All living things are known as biotic resources. On the other hand, all the natural non-living things are known as abiotic resources. Because they are living things, they are natural, they can reproduce because they are natural, but the non-living things, so they cannot be reproduced. Examples are given. Natural resources on the basis of development. They are also categorized on the basis of development into two categories. First is potential resources. Potential means possibility, I have talked about earlier. Resources which is not being used currently are called potential resources. The entire quantity of these resources may not be known because they are not being used in current, so the entire quantity of these resources may not be known. It can prove useful in the future because they have possibility, so they can prove useful in the future. For example, uranium deposits in Ladakh. Let's go for the next type of the natural resource, actual resources. As the name refers, resources which we use currently and the actual quantity of these resources is known. Because we are using it these kind of resources, the actual quantity of these resources is known to us. It may end up in the future. And for example, coal deposits in Ruhr Valley in Germany are an example of actual resources. Let's take a quick review again. Resource which is not being used currently, and these are the actual resources are the resources which we use currently. The entire quantity of this resource may not be known, and the actual quantity of these resources is known. Potential resources can prove useful in the future because they have possibility. They are not being used at current, but these are used at current, so it may end up in the future. Example are in front of you. Natural resources on the basis of renewability. On the basis of renewability, they are again classified into two kinds. Renewable, as the name refers, these resources can be reproduced or renewed easily. These are present in huge quantity. These are also called inexhaustible resources. Inexhaustible means that cannot be and easily. For example, solar energy, wind energy, etc. And the next or the other kind of natural resources on the basis of renewability are non-renewable resources. As the name refers, these cannot be reproduced or renewed. They are present in limited quantity. They are also known as exhaustible resources because they are present in limited quantity. They may end up. So they are called exhaustible resources. For example, fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. Let's go for the quick review. The renewable resources can be reproduced or renewed. Non-renewable cannot be reproduced or renewed. Renewable are present in huge quantity. They are called inexhaustible resources. They cannot be end up in very easily, like solar energy, wind energy. And non-renewable resources are present in limited quantity, and these are known as exhaustible resources also, like fossil fuel, because they take a very long time to get renewed. Next topic is natural resources on the basis of distribution. On the basis of distribution, natural resources are again classified into two categories. Ubiquitous resources. I know the name is new to you. Let's find out its meaning with its feature. Resources which is found all over the world are called ubiquitous resources. Its presence is not governed by physical conditions, for example, air. Ubiquitous resources which are found all over the world. That means its presence is not governed by physical conditions, so that it can be present across the globe equally. Localized resources. On the other hand, localized resources are resources which is found in a particular region or physical condition because its presence is governed by physical condition. For example, minerals. Minerals cannot be found equally all across the globe, but the air is found. Let's go for the next topic. Resource conservation. Yes, conservation resources are very much important for all the kind of resources like natural, human-made, and human resource also. So let's know what is the meaning of resource conservation. Resource conservation means using resources carefully. Conservation means to use anything carefully or economically and giving them time to get renewed. Resource conservation means using the resource carefully and giving them time to get renewed. Why it is needed? This need to be done because the resources are limited and exhaustible. Not all kind of resources are in a huge amount or huge quantity. So we should conserve the resources because the resources are limited and exhaustible. So let's give them time to get renewed. The last topic, very much important, sustainable development. Sustainable development, what is it? Let's know. Sustainable development means development done without damaging the environment and without compromising with the needs of the future generation. As the definition given here, it means that sustainable development means development which is done without damaging the environment and without compromising with the needs of the future generation. That means development should be like this. You have to save anything for the future generation also, so they will also get facility from these kind of resources. So we should conserve resources and we should use economically and wisely all kind of resources so that sustainable development can be done. So what are the key factors which play an important role in sustainable development? People, prosperity, peace, partnership, unity, all can be enhanced and flourished by doing the sustainable development. So yes, thank you.